Shalom, shalom,
Shalom.
shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all you walking out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in the gospel. And it's the brother Korah Abad, and as well as the elder Tazapah, the beloved elder Tazapah, and the Wadi
Shalom.
Hawabashim Awashai, Khan, the Wadi Hawabashim Awashai for another opportunity, for blessing us with another opportunity, in which, every time, not just on Thursday lives, but every time that we able to, as prophets, which Lord willing we endure, but as prophets of the Lord, every opportunity we get to push a lesson, to prophesy, to give a sacrifice, it's a blessing, man. And especially in these times,
Right.
what comes to mind, it says in the book of Samuel, during the time of the prophet Samuel, it says that the word of the Lord was precious in that time because there was no open vision, right? And the thing is that we telling all these people what's about to happen before it happened. And the thing is that once all these plagues, the prophecies start to fulfill, the MOTB World War III, when Jacob's trouble, a time like never before, take place on the earth, everybody gonna look for answers, as is written in 2nd Ezra 5. Everybody gonna look for answers. But guess what? They ain't gonna have them. And in that time, like in the book of Samuel, the word gonna become precious. So that's why it's beautiful to know what we know. We seeing the secrets of the Lord play out. But before we hop into it, all the times, you got anything?
Yeah, as you were saying, it's a blessing, man, to be able to be here again on another Thursday to do the work of the Lord, and to edify and feed the sheep and the hopefully elect. I just want to go here, Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is your reasonable service. And it says in verse 2, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So, yeah, as you were saying, with the preciousness, if you will, of this word right now, all right, and the times that we're in, the seriousness and the gravity of these times, we need as many sacrifices as we can get, you know, because that old way of the old covenant is done away with, where we offered the sacrifices of turtle doves, lambs, goats, calves, and whatnot. All right. And that way is done away with. Now we're under grace, and under grace we offer the sacrifice of our bodies, our time, our effort, our skill. We don't give it over to Babylon for some bullshit fame and riches. We sacrifice for Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai sacrificed for us.
Right.
And he went up on that cross, and he really didn't have to. But, that was the love that he had to do it for us, And when I say he didn't have to, I mean, he did, because he's subject to the word and it was prophesied, you know, so he did. But I mean, shit, what if, well, I ain't gonna say what if, scratch that. We have to make our sacrifice in these last days. All right. The times are evil. We are in perilous times. So this should be at the forefront. That's what the brother is saying, It's getting rough. Well, it's rough, and it's getting rougher day by day. And we need grace and mercy more by the day. You know, the grace you had yesterday may not get you through today.
Mm-mm.
You might need more grace. You know, and this is why the apostles push, do the work, get these videos out. You're not saying that just because, you know, he want to be hard on Israel. He want to see you succeed. He want to see you make it. All right. Second Peter 1:10 says to give all diligence to make your calling and election sure. The diligence is putting in that work. All right. So it's a blessing. Call halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai for giving us the opportunity, the gifts, and the strength, the presence of mind to be here again to do this work. And you got it.
So we'll hop straight into it, and it ain't much that we gonna touch on this week, but again, it's a part of prophecy. And as you see from the title, and Shalom to Allah Akim Akwath, who may be tuned in, Yahweh Bashim Al Shabbat.
Shalom.
I see your twin, Shalom, the brother Azam Awath in Dallas, brother Lamar, Shalom, Shalom. But what happened to us? So it says for this week, Thursday live, more plagues and gradualism to a prison planet, right? More plagues and gradualism to a prison planet. And why is it more plagues? Because again, as we've been quoting for the past couple of weeks, the Lord said in 2nd Ezra 15 that the things that's going to come at the end of the world will be likened unto a woman giving birth, you know, which mean those contractions, which they might start off far apart and they might hurt a little bit at first, but when that child come close to being delivered, or the Yahweh coming close to delivering Israel, those contractions get closer together and more painful. Well, that's how these plagues about to be. Things about to get worse than CV19. You know, and it ain't gonna be years apart either. It ain't gonna be years, 4-5 years later. Yeah, I remember, man, that was crazy, huh? Mask, 6 feet. No, it's gonna be the event after event, and that's what we seeing. The Lord ain't letting off the gas. So the first one, this end time headlines. It says from July 29th, tsunami alerts triggered for Hawaii, Alaska, the U.S. West Coast after a monster 8.7 earthquake strikes off Russia. You want to speak on that other times part? You want me to read it a little bit?
You can go ahead. Go ahead, read it.
It's a short read, and we got that vid, like a little vid on it in that other article you sent me. But it says parts of and think about that. Think about the magnitude. Look, the Lord about to up the magnitudes on things too. The death tolls on certain devastations as well. See, we about to go to the next level of prophecy. Everything will just go be the same. 5 people died. 6 people, Esau, 6 people got shot and 6 injured. No, it's about to be we about to see the ancient terror of the Lord. Hundreds of them, thousands of them at once. It says parts of Alaska are under tsunami warnings, while the U.S. West Coast and the state of Hawaii are under tsunami watches after a monster magnitude 8.7 earthquake struck off the east coast of Russia Tuesday evening. Off Russia, right? And two, I know we'll touch on it, but remember, these things, we know everything that's done is done by the Lord. But look at the places where these so-called natural disasters are hitting. Hawaii again, like what it is, Lahaina,
right?
Like Lahaina, Alaska, just rural area. You had Tampa in America. What else you had?
Palisades.
Yep. But not and the West Coast. So ain't no telling what Esau got going on behind the scenes. You got it.
No, you good. I was just saying right.
Kind of says
this is the Most High bringing in plagues, brother. But you good.
Yep, Yahweh Shah prophesied about these earthquakes. It says the quake hit at 1:24 p.m. Hawaiian time or 7:24 p.m. Eastern time Wednesday, right? So yesterday, it says about 85 miles east of Kamchatsky, off the eastern Russian coast. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center says a quake of that magnitude have triggered a tsunami that would be destructive to coastal areas even far from the epicenter. Play a little
How
bit.
convenient.
Mm-hmm.
That was it on that?
Yeah, that was it. It was a short read.
I bring out, right quick, Matthew 24.
I got a quick little vid after you.
Yeah, Matthew chapter 24 and verse, let me go right to the point. All right, Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All right, and this is what we're seeing every week. The priest is bringing out articles about earthquakes all over the world, divers places on the map. You know, this one is in Russia, sometime in South America, sometime around Africa, up in Asia, they get hit with earthquakes, and Japan. It's all over the world because that was prophesied. And these are part of the birth pains too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's a part of the plague. But I mean, you just went into it. But yeah, it says in verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Right? Jacob's trouble ain't even really hit yet. But go ahead, bro.
God, I'll play this quick little vid. And this is from today, 1 day ago. And again, we spoke about Esau. Look at the number. How many views? What it says, tsunami warning after 8.8 earthquake. I ain't gonna lie, when I watched the vid, I was like hoping like some movie type, you know, like a tsunami, like the movie, you know? Well, let's play.
Tsunami waves hitting the west coast of the U.S. This morning, tsunami waves hitting the west coast of the U.S. after one of the most powerful earthquakes ever recorded.
We're trying to see the developments here stemming from this initial quake.
The massive 8.8 magnitude quake struck off Russia's coast, shaking cliffs. The shocks felt inside homes and hospitals, hitting this one during an operation. Its impact causing small tsunami waves and evacuations in Japan, where people were sheltering on rooftops. And now parts of the United States feeling the impact. On the West Coast, residents bracing. Piers closing up in California amid tsunami advisories. Water surging in Hawaii, reaching buildings after waves and strong winds struck overnight. Tsunami advisories and evacuation warnings spreading throughout the islands. Flights diverted and passengers stranded in airports. Residents sheltering inside and some racing to safer ground, causing massive traffic jams. Hawaii's governor urging people to proceed with caution in coastal zones.
Just be a little safe for a little longer. Keep our fingers crossed that we don't suffer a big tsunami.
Madison Wade, a reporter at NBC's Seattle affiliate, says she arrived at Waikiki just hours before the tsunami warnings.
They went over the intercom and told all of us to evacuate to higher ground, which means the fourth floor or above, and stay in our rooms. So they don't want anyone in the lobby right now.
Experts now warn against standing down too soon.
When you've got a big one, the biggest wave can come later.
And back here on the West Coast, while we've certainly not seen the brunt of these tsunami waves, officials making sure to say that they are not out of the woods just yet. The National Weather Service in the Bay Area, Savannah, saying that these can still create dangerous conditions. They're seeing tidal shifts of 2 to 2.5 feet, and that could create dangerous currents up and down the coast here. Savannah?
Yeah, it's a tense night there. All right, Morgan, thank you very much.
Right, let's bring in Al now, who's going to sort of show us how all of this started.
That's right. So here we go. You can get a sense right off the Russian coast, 7:24 p.m. Eastern time. This thing was 13 miles deep. I mean, that is massive. You combine that with the magnitude 8.8. This is probably going to end up being a top 10 strongest earthquake ever that since they've been recording this. So we've got really some sort of sense of how big this is now. So here's the earthquake epicenter. Now, a tsunami travels across the ocean at about 500 miles per hour. The distance to Hawaii, that's about 3,000 miles, 6 hours. Distance all the way to the West Coast, 4,000 miles, that would take about 8 hours. So that's why we've already started to see some of this in the Hawaiian Islands where the tsunami advisories were. Highest waves right now, we're talking about Halawea at 4 feet, Kahului, 5.7 feet on the island of Maui. You can see that the wave heights got up to 5.7, but you can see this undulation that's been happening since then. So the water levels dropped below 3.5 feet and then rose 9 feet in just minutes. So that's a heck of a wave that is happening. And then along the West Coast, we're looking at from all the way from Seattle.
So like some good line for a 15-minute city.
Right. And they got a map. Did you see that map? Man, I gotta find this video. But yeah, they getting ready to lock down all of the coastal United States within 100 miles. So well, they're gonna put it under heavy surveillance. You know. So yeah, that is interesting with you saying that. You know, but who knows? Now, earthquakes are easy work for like Alex Jones, the global elite. But yeah, that's easy work. They've been doing earthquakes. All right. Now the brother got some pictures of cloud seeding and how they manipulate the clouds. But that's actually showing a little bit how HARP works. And when I say HARP, I'm speaking about the High Active Auroral Research Program, which is an array of antenna where they send frequencies up in the sky. And that's what they're showing on your right, is you see them little swirls and they creating the clouds. All right. But they can reverse. So that's how you create the earthquakes or the hurricanes and the tornadoes, the typhoons. But they can send those same frequencies into the earth with ELF, which is extremely low frequencies, and vibrate the earth's crust. And that creates the earthquake. And that's easy work. And it's not just one HARP or, antenna system. It's multiple around the world. So and like we always say, even if it's the white boy, it's the Most High
still
using him to bring judgment on the earth. But just wanted to show that he does have these technologies. All right. And with the cloud seeding, you can control the magnitude or the mass of these storms. You can make them as big or small as you want, because you're talking about nanoparticles, so that you can create smart storms and control them, I guess, even with better precision than what they already have when you cloud seed with the nanoparticles. But this is the world that we live in, man. And we can't have anything natural under this unnatural bastard, the goddamn white boy. We can't have water left alone. We can't have air left alone. Your basic necessities, he has to tamper with. But right, and I wanted the brother to show those patents, because he is using weather as a weapon. All right. And that's what I wanted to show you. But a weapon nonetheless for the Most High, because he is the right hand or the left hand, Salakia. He is the left hand of the Heavenly Father. All right. And if you don't mind, I'll bring that out right quick.
Okay, got it.
This is where it says Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, disappoint him, cast him down. All right, the same man that's doing all of these atrocities. All right, that's committing atrocities over in Gaza. So right here in the U.S., him. Arise, O Lord, and disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. All right. So this so-called white man is the very weapon that the Most High has unleashed on the world for judgment. And the Most High has given him toys to play with for the sake of the Most High's will being carried out. All right. But, right, we need the Most High to disappoint him for us on our behalf.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see the salvation of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Go ahead, I.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that video of Yuval Noah Harari. I don't know if that's it, but remember he said, and so the man, it's cool because the thing is what we was. Like you were showing this information, how the Lord blessed Esau with the ability to actually manipulate weather, you know, like
That's right.
make clouds, make it rain, not just at that basic level.
Not a nigga rain, but yeah,
the Lil Wayne rain, huh? And
right.
Fat Joe, you know, but they know he actually make it rain, actually make, like, think about it, man. He actually can like tap in a little bit to the Lord's creation and change it a bit. Not ultimately, we know the bigger picture. He ain't changing nothing. He doing what he's supposed to do, what the Lord allowing him within his realm to do. But he tapping into that. He could actually take the water from the ocean, stir it up, and call it Hurricane Harry, and then the whole the west coast of Florida get hit and people die. He created this off a laptop in a laboratory, you know. But he got that ability, but it makes sense. Why though? Why? And it made me think of Yuval Noah Harari, because the Lord, in order for the Lord to show what he about to show these people in this modern age, he had to bless Esau with something. He had to put this man on a level to think he that good. Man, I wish I could find a video. If anybody know where it's at, Baba Kashai, if you could put it in the chat. But he had
to fulfill Romans in the 9th chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I had it. So remember, he said, I don't know if I can find it. Remember, he said, we don't need, and this dude right here, he said, we don't need the God of the Bible.
Yeah.
We don't need him no more. He said back then, the God of the Bible, if he got mad at people, he will be able to make it famine, you know, or not make it rain. He was like, well, we can make our own rain today, so we don't need him. We can make our own rain.
Right.
We can do what we want to do. We don't need the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible pretty much old news.
Yeah. He said that. I did a lesson on it.
Mm-hmm.
That was some years back.
The only thing God managed to create are organic beings. All these trees and giraffes and humans, they are just organic. But we are now trying to create inorganic entities, inorganic life forms, cyborgs, artificial intelligence, and so forth. If we succeed, and there is a very good chance we will, then very soon we will be beyond the God of the Bible.
So look, that's one I was able.
Yeah, the internet is steadily getting censored, bro. You know.
Look, it's only one power, man. But let me play this one more time.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. There we go. Check it out.
The only thing God managed to create are organic beings. All these trees and giraffes and humans, they are just organic. But we are now trying to create inorganic entities, inorganic life forms, cyborgs, artificial intelligence, and so forth. If we succeed, and there is a very good chance we will, then very soon we will be beyond the God of the Bible.
You see that? He said we will be beyond. Not just that, he said there's a very good chance we will succeed. So they know it, they think it. They think it in their mind, but the Lord will increase. And like I said, 2 Ezra 15, the time will come to where the power is going to stand in fear. The elites go stand in fear because again, the Lord going to take it down, man.
And the keepers of the house shall tremble.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you got it, Dozaquan.
Oh, I didn't have. That was it, bro. Yeah, you got it.
Kind. So speaking
Yeah,
of the
all
Lord
right.
taking it down, we'll move on. This is end time headlines again. They've been on fire lately, man, and that's because, like Elder Yashawama said on his video, the owner of this channel, the dude who be doing the podcast. Let me see. Let me see. Let's go to it. This dude. If I go to the home, you'll see him. He be at the top of the page a lot. The dude with the glasses. But he been on fire, like Elder Yashawama said. It seemed like he be watching the prophets, like he be watching brothers.
Okay. Yeah,
This
I
dude,
don't know who he, I don't know.
Cause even this him right here, he be going in though. Well, I ain't never watched his video. I only seen a portion of what Elder Yashawama showed, but I know he do over the that end time headlines page. So, but neither here nor there. So end time headlines, July 31st, which is today, put out today. It says the increasing instability of our planet is on full display in 2025, right? Habakkuk 2 is speaking. It says once dormant volcanoes have been erupting all over the globe. It says Mount Rainier has been rattled by more than 1,000 earthquakes this month.
Wow.
Man, it says one area of Japan has been getting hit by thousands of earthquakes. The largest supervolcano in Europe has been shaken like crazy. And a magnitude 8.8 earthquake just hammered Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia. It says there have only been 5 earthquakes that have ever been recorded that have been larger than the earthquake that we witnessed on Tuesday. So it happened on Tuesday. 2025 has been the year of disaster because the Lord is speaking. You about to say something, Zaquan?
No, I'm listening.
Con, it says 2025 has been a year of disaster. And we just keep getting hit by one thing after another, like a woman in travail. It's gonna keep coming, and it's not just that it's gonna keep coming, but it's that whatever just happened, the next thing gonna be worse than what just happened. That's contractions. They stronger than the previous one.
Well, I say that the grace that got you through yesterday, it may not cut it today. You know, because every day it's another challenge, bro. It's gonna be a fight. With that stuff Nate said about la-di-da-di-da to the kingdom. No. Acts 14:22 all day tells us that we must, through much tribulation, all right, ultimately Jacob's trouble. We got to go through, all right, to get to the kingdom. But yeah, you got.
I got a quick one because Yahweh Shai said that pretty much. It is Matthew 6. And Matthew 6, and I think it's like 35. In other words, focus on the day. There's enough evil today and today. So don't worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow is gonna be enough evils for itself. In other words.
Yeah, con. Yes, 6 and 30 something. Sufficient unto the day of the evils thereof.
Con 6 and 34. That is
34. Okay.
Yeah, we can get back to it. This is Matthew chapter 6 and verse 34. I'll read the NLT. It says, so don't worry, and you can speak on it if you want to. It says, and it's Yahweh Shai. It says, so don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble
Yeah, it's important to, stay focused. And that's why I believe in this same chapter, it speaks about having your eyes single.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you focus.
Mm-hmm.
If you, thinking about tomorrow, your eye ain't single. I mean, we think about the kingdom, but it's saying to pay attention to the things of the day, all right? The demons, the potential sins, all right? To be vigilant, as the scripture teaches us, you know, be in the day, in the moment, as they say, be in the day. Right? We have to have the kingdom to look forward to. That's faith, you know. Us believing and looking forward to Yahweh return and the kingdom and all that, that's where our faith is.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to stay grounded and rooted in now. Go ahead.
Man, that's heavy because that's something I've been kind of like meditating on, recently.
I did a lesson on that maybe a year or so ago. But yeah, go ahead.
Meditating on recently, like every day is like test, and it ain't just like one test a day. Like I passed mine today, so I'm good. No, it's like it's like multiple things a day that we gotta kind of like be in tune, with the spirit,
Right.
and like
That's
paying
it. Be in
attention
tune
and
with the spirit.
watching our surroundings, and even at work, even like especially if you work with Edomites. With Edomites, they'll say like passive jokes that the average Jake wouldn't think as a joke, and they laughing too, and they really saying a joke about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like even that, like being on, like you gotta, man, yeah. But not to get too far off.
Come.
No,
but that's on point though. Yeah. You got it. You can continue.
It's Matthew 6:34. In the NLT again, it says, "So don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Today's trouble is enough for today."
That's it.
It's a heavy scripture.
Sufficient unto the day
is
the troubles thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as like the brother said, you got enough trouble for the day. Be worried about tomorrow. But yeah, you got it out.
But as we read in this article, and not just this article, but more so prophecy, tomorrow and then the day after tomorrow is going to be worse. And it may not be worse for, us per se, or, an individual Edomite out there right now per se, but something in the world going to happen to where it's going to forward the law word being done in the earth. And so it says, going back to this article again, got to read the title put out today. It says the increasing instability of our planet is on full display in 2025, and this is what was prophesied to happen before Yahweh Shai came back at the end of Esau's world. So we right there. It says,
he's done too much.
Mm-hmm.
He extracting oil, pumping these frequencies in the ionosphere into the Earth's crust. The Earth is, is I guess what's the Earth is weeping,
languishing, is mourning
to watch. Yeah. And then I just went into today Isaiah 24, I believe. Yeah, it says, nah, that ain't right. I'm gonna look and see. Go ahead.
Now what you looking for?
No, I thought it's saying the earth language, but I don't think it say that.
Mourning the inhabitants thereof.
Right.
All right, cool. Here you go. This is Isaiah 20.
Okay. The world languisheth. That's it. Right. The world is languishing. It's in verse 4. So it says in Isaiah chapter 24, verse 4, the earth mourneth. So as the brother just said, the earth is in mourning. This devil is not even torturing the earth, which in turn kills us in tsunamis and earthquakes, hurricanes, and these natural disasters. Earth just opening up and swallowing people, massive sinkholes. All right, that's from this devil plaguing the earth. So again, Isaiah 24:4, the earth mourneth and faded away. The world languishing and fadeth away. The hardy people of the earth do languish. All right. So that was it. It said that the earth mourneth and that the what did it say? The world languishes. And that's what that's in your news today.
Right.
Ain't that something? Isaiah said this about 2,500 years ago, and it's in your news today. And y'all think we the crazy. Talking about, oh, the white man wrote this book. The white man wish he was half this accurate, a quarter of this accurate. But you got it out.
Kind, I read a little bit more. It says there have been only 5 earthquakes that have ever been recorded that have been larger than the earthquake that we witnessed on Tuesday, 2025. And look, we ain't even done with. You know what's so crazy is that this year we already passed half of 2025.
Yeah, we're in the second half.
That's crazy. It just started.
Yeah, we're in the second half. The dog days. The dog days of summer are upon us.
Man, but it says 2025 has been a year of the disaster, and we just keep getting hit by one thing after another. It says,
it ain't over either. It ain't over by far. You got it out.
Okay. It says, for a long time, I have been warning that our planet is becoming increasingly unstable. It says, and finally, a lot of people out there are starting to understand. It's not that people understand, it's that they seeing it. They ain't got no other choice.
Yeah, they see it. That's right.
You ain't got no choice.
That's right.
It says the shaking that we are experiencing is not normal. We are living in apocalyptic times, right? And yes, things are going to get a lot worse. I gotta get a precept, if you don't mind.
Come.
The 2nd Esdras 14 and the GNT, we'll get right back to it. We bring this out often. 2nd Esdras 14 and verse 13. Now there was an angel telling Esdras he was almost to the end of the world, right? This was like 400 something BC, right? 400 years roughly before Yahushua. So if he was almost there, how much more us? We at the end. He was almost to where we at. So this is what the angel told Esdras. So verse 13, 2nd Esdras 14 and verse 13. In the GNT it says, so set your house in order, warn your people, and comfort those who are humble, and teach those who are wise. Then say goodbye to this mortal life. For earthly, so this is the mindset to have as we about to experience a time like never before. Really now, you know, we gotta get into it, but this is the mindset we have to have going into a time like never before. Let's start it again. 2nd Esdras 14 and 13 in the GNT. So set your house in order, warn your people, comfort those who are humble, and teach those who are wise. Then say goodbye to this mortal life, put earthly cares away from you. And at any time at a time of podcast, I'm gonna just read through it and we can get back to it. So if you got some, you know, you got it. It says, put earthly cares away from you, throw down your human burdens and lay aside your weak human nature, and put all your anxieties aside and get ready to leave this world quickly. This is the point. You have seen many evil things already, right? It says, but far worse things are about to happen. One more time. It
Yes,
says, Second
sir.
Corinthians 14 and 16 in the GNT. You have seen many evil things already. We seen many CV, the people dying from the jab, and YNs running rampant, and all these things that we about to see.
Gaza,
Gaza,
shit. Yeah, it's horrific over there, and ain't
you know.
nobody speaking on it.
And think about it. Although, see, man, that's to tell you, like, from movies, from just, seeing people in third world countries going through it, Americans have, and like on news, have become desensitized. But think about, America really have been hit this year and last year with natural disasters. But it's like people overlook it and forget about it because there's so much going on. It's so much, but the Lord, remember, Elder Tyler Pop, we always kind of bring this up. Although it's not on the news, you still have people in North Carolina from the floods.
Yeah.
They still ain't found their way yet. In
Yeah, we
California
always
floods,
going to that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, in the California flood from a year or so ago, months ago, people still ain't find their way yet. Although, guess what? Certain people in America was able to wake up, turn their TV on, go about their regular life. You have a whole hundreds to thousands of people that's still struggling right now. So the point is, as the Lord keeps sending more plagues, more fire. that was a pun intended on that one. More fire, right? More disasters, more people go struggle. Look, he bit by bit is he breaking down America, just like he did Egypt. He gonna do it bit by bit.
That's true.
The place gonna grow, man. You got to get into it, but you got it, Zaquan. Oh, I can finish this, and you got it. It's like it. I'm getting a little excited,
No, that's true. No, he got nothing. Well, I mean, as you're going into Ezra made it plain. You can't. There's nothing coded there on any no dark sayings. It's saying get your house in order. Prepare to be tempted or tested, approved. All right. Put off this weakness. Get out of Babylon. Well, he not saying that. I'm saying because Babylon caters to your comfort. Because a comfortable motherfucker ain't gonna raise or stage a revolution. All right. All revolution mean is a turn. All right. When you read a book, to get through that book, you gotta what? Turn them pages. All right. Sometimes it's time for it, which is a change. All right. That's all revolution mean. A change. It doesn't mean, we're gonna go on a bloodthirsty slaughter and all of this. It just means it's time for change. All right. When Obama he campaigned for his first term in office, he campaigned on hope and change. That's revolution. And that brought Jake to the polls because Jake thought what? They was getting a change, but they got more the same. All right. So, right, when I say revolution, it just means a change, and a change is coming. All right. And that's what all of this chaos and upheaval is about. You never go to a change in rulership or a changing of the guards and it's just a smooth, here you go. Oh, thank you. It's always been war. It's always been riots, death, bloodshed, fires, all of that. So it's not going to be nothing different in these times. And what you're going to find out is that, going back to that comfort, which is a part of his deception, and what you're going to find out is that you've been deceived. All right. And that war has been waged on us. And, it's unbeknownst to a lot of our people. And this is why they continue to give their energy. Remember, I spoke about this being a living sacrifice, pulling your energy out of Babylon, putting it into, this thing of ours, which is the new song. Get out here and broadcast that new song. All right. But our people, they like the status, in some cases love it, the status quo. They love getting up and go to work in the morning, or saying that they retired and being bored than a motherfucker. Because you ain't got nobody to do nothing with. Everybody else got to work. You ain't got to work, but everybody else got to work. And by the time you get up to 65, what I think is 67 now, all your friends dead. If you a J, most of them anyway. This whole society is a fucking joke. And our people, I have to credit the Most High. Because it's hard to believe anyone could be this gone. But they're in the Most High's trick bag. But Salaki, brother, you got it.
No, you good. Yeah, we could wander down on that segment of the plagues coming. Matter of fact, let me finish this. 2nd Esdras 14 and 16 in the GNT. It says, you have seen many evil things already, but far worse things are about to happen. As the world grows older and weaker, the evils that will come upon his people will multiply. And think about it. It didn't say add, it said multiply. Many things at once. Right? So in this article, it goes into, in all these articles, the videos that we gonna play in the description box already, but it goes into certain things that's been happening. You know, of course, the earthquake in Russia, the fires in California, so on and so forth. But we can move on though. Now this takes us to the next thing, the next segment, as it says, gradualism to a prison planet. Now, you've been following not just, the Thursday lives, but, the apostles, elders, bishops, brothers, update on the MOTB, especially, the El Darial out there in Dallas with the path to the MOTB lessons. You see that the so-called white men have been setting up a system around the people. And it's cold because as this current system we currently in it and is going on, he's setting up a digital system within this one. And ultimately this one go stop. And the thing is that once this one stop, the lights go off, something go happen. Who knows what's gonna happen? It ain't Esau already got things set in place to where the next alternative or the solution would be the MOTB system or prison planet. And that's what we're about to see happen. Now they're talking about the stable coin, which, hey, that's right there. That's the key to the MOTB being set up. And what else they had? They got the iris scan, the cameras. Trump just put what's the program out of Tazapah? Stargate, $500 billion in Stargate. Set up a digital system. We have to play it. Well, we're gonna play it in a few. We have to play it. Trump said, America, we gonna lead and have the most powerful AI in the world. We gonna lead all nations. But the thing is, they setting this up. So the next, I guess, addition to us watching the gradualism that's taking place, which gradualism is something that happened over time. It don't just happen at once, But it's from naturalnews.com. Put out today. It says End of Slavery Summit on Bright U. How the 9/11 911 cover up paved the way for today's police state. Right? Police state. Now, we ain't gonna go into this whole article, but we know what happened during, or the things that they said took place during 911 and the so-called event, right? That shook the world. But Esau, being the devil, which we know he set that up, it was a false flag. He set that up to bring in more laws to police the people. Let's read a little bit into this. And while we bringing this up, while we bringing 911 up, is because we at that time to where Esau, he got to go to the next phase of his system to reach NWO status, right? New World Order status. Then, the old system done, the China surpassing them, Russia doing their thing, everybody going digital. He got to do it for America. So they bringing this up in the news to say when 911 happened, yeah, it seemed frightening. People were scared, but because of that fear, that fake fear, people was really scared. But Esau faked it. People really died, but Esau faked the event. The thing is, people was willing to give up their freedoms for security, and that security brought in cameras, right? Your freedoms being given up. TSA, you being checked and searched everywhere, airports. So now they bringing this up because now saying we're going to a digital system. What's going to be the new 9/11 cover up? What's going to happen now that he going to fake to take us to the new digital system? You got anything else, Tazapar?
Say it again.
That's what he's trying to do now. Just how he did with 9/11. He faked the 911. To bring in and pass the laws to a police state. With the Patriot Act. So now they're trying to see how can we begin this digital system? What new 911 cover up can we use to start this thing? But you got it.
Yeah.
I know you had anything before I read it.
That's crazy. But a lot of people have been saying that it's about time for another one of them false FLAGs. So, I mean, I can see it. And again, you mentioned gradualism or incrementalism. They could hit the people with, we went into that the letter from Mazzini to Pike to Mazzini, and it spoke about exhausting the people. So it could be a whole bunch of little things just to, get the people to the point of exhaustion. And the scripture speaks about they shall seek to wear out the saints. It's Daniel 7:25. But they have a few options that they could use, but we just have to wait and see. We know that the digital system is coming. In my opinion, all right, I would say just a complete blackout. And that would be enough. And I don't know for how long, but just a complete internet, everything just wiped out, EMP attack, whatever. So, right, they have options on how they could do it. But yeah, you got it out.
Now that's a spiritual statement because the next thing we're going to highlight is blackouts. That
I'll be on point.
It is a prophet indeed, a man in whom is no guile. God, Israelite indeed. But that's a spirit you said that, but I'm gonna read this one little quick excerpt from this article because we know what happened with the 911. But it says this is what it brought. It says symmetrical collapses, explosive ejections, and peer-reviewed nanothermite findings defied the fire-induced so on and so forth. That ain't what I wanted. This is what I wanted. It says, according to Gage, that 911 enabled, so this is what it brought forth, that 911 enabled the Patriot Act, right? Which we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but mass surveillance, endless wars.
Endless wars to exhaust the people, right?
And eroded, check this, this is a good one that you were saying, and eroded constitutional rights.
Ever since 9/11, baby. Yeah. And that's been systematically being done, for the last, what's this been? Okay, 24 years. It's getting ready to be 24 years next month. Yep. But yeah, brother.
Yeah, it
You
happened.
had anything?
Oh, one. Not. I mean, I was just about to highlight this. Ways they can do it. They've been talking about this. Scamming bank accounts. They've been talking about a lot of blackouts coming.
Mm-hmm.
Even leading up to 2030. Matter of fact, this
I
came.
will say this. William Mott, he did say something that did hit home, and really, remember we was talking before we started the stream, and I was speaking about 911 being a ritual, and so, and that was to kick off. Well, it was two things: kick off the destabilization of the Middle East, dispose Gaddafi, not Gaddafi, Saddam Hussein. He was asking for euros for the oil instead of the petrodollar, the U.S. Federal Reserve note, but also as we were speaking, to take away the rights of the people here in America. All right, to strip away the constitutional rights that the people once had, and I say once had because they've been long gone. But yeah, they don't really need a 9/11 on that level, because that was actually used to kick off war. Now they got wars all over the world, and then that's how they appease the demons and continue their get these powers and goodies, if you will, from Satan and these powers and principalities. All right, so they got constant sacrifices going on now. All right. And I didn't look at that. I didn't look at it like that till William Mott brought that up. He was like, yeah, they got continual sacrifices now. So they don't really need a 9/11 type ritual. All they had to do is crash the system. And just wait a little while and people will be begging for the MOTB.
Yeah.
They'll ask for it. They'll take the syringe and put it in themselves. That's how bad it's gonna get. Not saying that people will do that, but I'm saying it'll get that bad to where a person will put it in themselves. Because again, people out here with ailments, and all of this, they need medication. It's gonna get bad, bro. It's gonna get bad. But yeah, hey, you caught up in the Babylonian life. You ain't paying attention. Apostle Tahar, bro, 40 years screaming this. And I could understand before the internet, but with the internet now, the ram's horn, the unicorn horn, Salakia, yeah, no one really has a cloak for their sins. Meaning you ain't gonna have an excuse in that day. That was it, brother.
Gone. And with that, and it makes sense that that's how it's gonna go. We could highlight just the next few articles, and we can end it. You can take us out, but it makes sense that that's how it's gonna go, to where Esau gonna cut the internet. And think about it, man. Think about it. Like, why have so many people just been getting rich all of a sudden off the internet? Streamers and podcasters, and this is the way to go. Have a business, and the black woman. I'm an entrepreneur, and everybody been doing this internet thing. All systems are ran through the internet, so why not do it like that?
Oh, and you look at that. Look, people making money on the net too, and then they go down.
They're gonna beg.
There's a lot of people gonna be hurting. Yeah. That's another aspect to look at.
That's how they bag.
Yeah, so right. And then to get online, because they already, starting to credential everything, asking you for all these credentials. So It's nothing to say, okay, to get online, scan your chip, please.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
you'll see it come across the screen.
Or your Fair Now account. That's the only way your money,
Right,
your
right.
monetized money will be put up in there from your videos. It will go to your Fair Now account.
And then you got to, that's right. For you to get it, you need to get down with the MOTB. Yeah, that's a real reality. A real possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was it,
Yeah, I'm gonna just highlight these next two. So this was put out yesterday from End Time Headlines. It
Yeah, I
says,
forgot brothers had brothers teaching.
"Con, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was over here. I'm on the comment board. Should I told the elders and them shalom?
Yeah, con.
You know, but yeah, we could wind it down. You know, we could just highlight this real quick, but it's all in the description box. But it's just showing the gradualism, how they doing it behind the scenes. Yeah, they talking about Epstein. Yeah, they pushing that on the news. Yeah, they telling you what's her name, the Deion Sanders. Oh, girl was up
Oh
in
yeah,
Carucci was up in there. Chris Brown next with Deion. Oh, he talked to her now. I don't know. You know, like, so that's what they said, but behind the scenes, what they doing, right? And it's one of the things they doing. Put out yesterday, it says the Trump administration to launch new private health tracking system with the help of big tech. He been shouting out big tech for the past since he got in office. His buddies, his private company buddies. Matter of fact, let's read it. It says the Trump administration is launching a new private health tracking system. See, people ain't talking about this tracking system that ask, you know, because the Edom might have said he said X. It ain't AXE.
Yeah, right.
See, shit like there's jokes like that you got to be privy of, Esau. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are you talking about cutting the tree? Are you talking about cutting the tree? Right? Oh, he's a lumberjack, guys. You know, but it says the Trump administration is launching a new private health tracking system that asks, you know, you got to do that with Esau, Americans to share their personal health data and medical records with private tech companies. Hey, that link right up with stablecoin, them private tech companies.
Yeah, the new government.
So you got
right.
You got it.
No, that's it. Your new government that they sneaking in under your nose. That was it.
So think about this: you got personal health on there, so your personal on there, medical records, and link with your financials eventually. And remember, we brought out last week your social credit score. See, all this will be eventually be linked together. This goes into the gradualism of what they setting up around the people. And you know what's so cool about advertising, part man? We to the point to where people used to seeing when it's construction. We talking about the digital MOTB foundation being built, right? They setting up the system around you. We're used to a building being built, a city being built. You can see the skyscrapers, you can see the tractors, the trailers, you can see the the bulldozers, the scaffolds over here. You can see all that. We used to that, but now everything is kind of set in America. It's reached this limit. What else you gonna build, right? You stuff in cities. The thing is, this new build is not gonna be a physical build, and that's why people ain't taking it serious, and that's why people don't see it because they're not physically seeing it being built up around them. No, it's a system that's being set up around you, man. That's it.
Software, apps, and all of that stuff. AI and all of this, it's being built in the cyber world. But, in the real world, it just looks like cameras or sensors and all of these things the towers, of course. You know, the towers are going up, but the cover for that is these are cell towers, which they're not, because our signals, our phone signals are still 4G. And I've been saying since the inception of 5G that is a microwave weapon system. I said that from day one. 5G is a weapon system. The phones still run on 4G. That's why, yeah, why why we still buffering if 5G supposed to be so great? My shit still buffers. You ain't got no faster internet. You got a weapon system. All right. Now that's what it looks like in the real world, but it's running on software. Well, yeah, all that stuff, the apps and whatnot. And then before you know it, they got you entangled. All right, you in the system. But right, it's being snuck in right up under everyone's noses because the world is not paying attention. Or you believe in the lie. You see it and you hear it, but you believe in the narrative that this is all, you know, for your convenience and to give you an easier life. Well, you Americans lazy as hell. You lazy enough. Everybody here is, not everybody, but a majority of America is overweight, obese, some morbidly obese. Is sickness rampant, you know, from these so-called comforts. Comfort food, and comfort will kill you. My grandfather told me that years ago. I was mad when he told me, but it stuck with me, and it was true. Because I was doing something half-assed. So I ain't feel like doing it. and Papa said, he said, son, laziness gonna kill you. And, you know, you get in your emotion, but that stuck with me my whole life. And when I start getting lazy, my grandfather's words come to me. And I say, let me, you know, get off my ass. But right, comfort and just, you know, being in that lackadaisical spirit, and that's the whole parable. Well, the three pigs, it's another one.
We just went into that class the past 2 weeks out here in Houston at your crib.
Yeah, Con.
Being lazy and shit. Slacking for my.
That's right. But no, that was it. You got it.
Con. It says, I read a little bit. Again, it's in the description. It says officials say the new system will broaden access to health records, provide digital tools to help manage diabetes and other conditions, and make monitoring wellness easier. Meanwhile, experts caution there are a number of ethical and legal concerns, right? They're going to take it there. Instead of just doing stuff to do, they're going to take it there, man. He's not the lamb no more. He's the dragon. And that was a beautiful thing what you were saying, or the Tazapot is a good point. See, people don't see the system because all they see is, like you said, they'll see stuff like, oh, I could pay with my phone. Oh, I can.
Right.
You know, I can. You know, it's a cool little app. Look at this. I can scan my face and it can make a cartoon version of me.
Yep.
No, that's not just so it could be cool. You could have a new profile pic and there's a cartoon version of you. No, he got your face scan. No, he got, just data. And now.
Algorithm. I'm sorry, but right, software, apps, and algorithms, man. Right. But you got it, bro.
Now I was watching this video and it's cold because them AI videos that's been going around that look borderline real, right?
Right.
I was watching this video and Lord willing I can find it. I don't know where is it. We watch buku videos a day, but it was a video I was watching and they were saying that all the time these people been doing the selfies, taking, selfies go back
Right,
to
right. I
like,
think I heard that story. What they
yep.
say?
It says like, selfies go back to what, when I was let's see, maybe 7th grade, and that's like 2008, 2007, 8. I was in like
Oh,
7th,
okay.
8th grade, 7th, 8th grade. But selfies was
Hmm.
big around that time. But they said from the time selfie started, all the way up until the time people think it's just the filters on the social media apps.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is it's just it started with this, the dog filter with the tongue sticking out and the nose and the dog.
Right.
It's just
The
cute and
bunny
fun.
ears, all this
Yeah, the
shit.
ears and oh, and look, at make noise too. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, the face swapping. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, it started with that. See, Esau's a devil. Oh man, I wish we had that video, man. But it went into all that. They said the point of that was Esau gathered all that collection of people faces. Now he can make his
To put
own
in the
people.
algorithm.
He can make his own people for the algorithm.
Exactly.
Now
Just
all
like
the people you seeing on AI, that's a collection of all the selfies after years, all of the filters, all the face swapping, all the Snapchats, all that. Now people faces mixed and mashed together, and you probably looking at yourself on the AI video. Come on,
man. And remember, I don't know if we talked about it here, but that whole Pokemon thing where people was using their phones to get the Pokeballs or whatever, and that was all a scheme to geo map the Earth to feed into an algorithm so they could have I guess to set up the matrix.
That's right.
But yeah, they was using that to actually map the Earth for whatever nefarious purposes they had or that they have, you know. But Esau, it's never good with these people, or never for us.
Man, I'm trying to. You really had grown people walking around in real life on their phone, like
Yeah, grown, yeah.
finding digital Pokeballs and Pokemons that's not there. But see,
That's
they
not
thought it
even
was a cool
real.
game. Man, Esau had,
Yeah, that's
bro.
not even that, bro. It was bugging
He a
me out,
devil.
but you know, just like we were saying, that's how they bring you into the system.
Man, he the devil, huh?
Yeah, it was crazy. Shit. It still
Make
is crazy. Yeah, like you say, grown men too.
Man, make you feel play because like, man, I took a selfie before. Like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I use my children on FaceTime, my people they use to feel. They're like, man, but Esau, he get everybody in the system without. That's the point. People don't see it without you
And they
knowing.
don't
Man,
see it.
that's the
Right.
point you were saying. Without you knowing, you just in it because it's right there. Hey, remember you were saying how with the sporting thing, they get everybody in that sodomite spirit, and we'll wind it down. We
Yeah,
ain't really done. We really done, But
yeah.
they get
Yeah,
everybody
they
in that
put you.
sodom. You got it. You got it.
No, you go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Now that's what you were saying. Esau, he really the devil. Like he do it it's so gradual. You really don't know. That's the frog in the pot. He don't turn it on hot right away. His own cold, and he turn it
Mm-hmm.
on, turn the temperature up slowly, so you don't even know it's hot. And by the time you boiling, you dead.
Yeah, there's a Edomite giving his testimony about, getting into that Hollywood life. And he was saying, he went to one of the parties and it was told to him by the head Edomite over the party, everybody was masked, but he told him, I think a couple of times, a slow drip is better than a steady flow. And that's Esau's philosophy, to slow drip your ass. And he said he didn't understand it till at the end of the party. It was really the next day, because during the party they indoctrinate you in the party. So you come in And it's like you progress to different rooms throughout the night. So the first room is more social. Then each room you go into is you get into more demonic shit until at the end, you know, when they get ready to, you know, put you on. It ain't no telling what they do, but he say he cut out before that. But yeah, that's Esau's philosophy, the slow drip philosophy, instead of a steady flow.
I remember that story. Yeah, let's see. I don't know where it's at. I forget.
Oh, that dude, you seen that one?
Yeah, it was an Edomite, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
He said he went with his friend. His friend went through the whole thing. And then he said he called his friend the next day and he had them demons on him. He wanted to he cursed him out and wanted to kill him.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he had them demons on him.
Yeah, he said he met him in the lobby of the apartment and stuff.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he called another friend to come get him and get him up out of California.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, yep.
Right.
He was like an Italian type Edomite, you know, like he ain't an Edomite. He just
right. He could be right.
He look Italian.
Right.
Con.
You sure probably right.
But that's pretty much it. I just want to, you know, we can highlight the next few things. But see, that's what, and all that, man, that's what the apostle to heart mean about lessons within lessons. You know, although we ain't got too many articles or vids, but it's things of, you know, that's beneficial. That's being said. There's lessons within the topics that we have, you know, and really when you look at it, all of them wrap around and bring into or paint a picture into the very topic that we talking about. Because Esau's setting up a system around people, but it don't look like it because it just look like the world advancing, society advancing. Oh, it's digital, everything. No, right. He's setting you up, man.
Yeah, that's right. It's just the way of the world now. We just got to, yeah.
Matter of fact, hey, the brother Yahweh, you know, he always come through in the clutch. The brother got the wrench now.
I ain't seen him a while ago. He must have came in just.
He been it for a little minute, but 2 Corinthians 2:11, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Is it?
That's what's up. Yep. That's right. And you got to be, for you not to be ignorant of his devices, you got to be diligent. You got to be paying attention. But yeah, yeah, I was looking for him, the brother Yahweh there in Von Malak, but Von Malak probably watching the main camp, probably.
You know that brother, he flooded the comment board.
Right, he always hit them precepts.
But that was pretty much it. I'll play this video one more time. We played it last week, but just to show a Trump series about not just Trump. See, again, I don't even like to say Trump like he doing stuff. He just following the role and signing what he being told to sign, right? But his administration, the agenda that he's pushing, they really taking it down. They not playing, you know. As a matter of fact, before I play, we ended on that. Now, this Apostle Aram Live, this is video. We didn't get to it. But this is an article right here. I'm going to put this in the chat, which is already in the description box. I'm going to just post it again, just so y'all can click on it now. So that's the Apostle video right there. And it's the article that he going to go into, in which if you click on his video, this very article is in his description box. So you can click on his video and just get both of them, right? But what he was going into, and it was a beautiful lesson, he was getting busy. But again, behind scenes, as they talking about Epstein, but behind the scenes, July 24th, 2025, from the White House itself, it says fact sheet, President Donald J. Trump takes action to end crime and disorder on American streets. And you might say, yeah, man, being on more safer streets. And it goes into taking, the homeless off the streets and drug dealers and so on and so forth, mental health, people who keyword. Now I don't think it say this, but people who causing disturbances. You see, disturbances. Now a lot of people gonna take this and say, yeah, we with that, man. Again, they not, again, this goes into gradualism. They not seeing it being set up around them. When people see the act of, we need concentration camps for the immigrants, people say, yeah, for the immigrants. No, this is you will be in there eventually. It says we need to get the homeless off the street and clean the streets and drugs off the streets. Yeah, get them off the streets. But when you go into it, behind the fine print, in between the lines, anybody can get taken off the street.
Nobody on the street from 9 to 6. Yeah, something to take away your rights. Yep, you right.
Yep. Well, you know, and the apostle, he got busy. I ain't gonna lie, he was getting busy. So I recommend I had the timestamps. So look, this is the timestamps.
Oh yeah, we can go out on. Let's go out on one up.
All right, come. Well, look, let's play this one first, and I'll play a little bit, and we'll just end it. So, hey, look, check this out. I don't know if you want to take us out now. So, to the viewers, we'll go ahead and salute y'all, and then we'll just end it on these videos and take us out. I don't know if you got a precept or anything on the Tesla. I do got one more from the comment board. If you ain't got
yeah, that's cool. We'll bring out the comment board.
1 Peter 5:8, the brother Yahweh again. It says, be sober. The brother got the wrench. He started turning up. Hey, I just playing. Hey, look, he just posted another one. No, I'm just playing. If you knew us, we joke, But 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. That's it. And he just posted, never trust thy enemy.
God. What's up, the water?
But you want to kind of take us out, or you want me to take us out and play these vids?
Yeah, we close it on that, and we're gonna leave you brothers with the apostle. All right. So we pray that you all were edified. We'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Hafadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, as well as the men that raised them up in the Holy Spirit, and peace and blessings to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect scattered throughout the four corners. To the next one, Shalom.
Shalom. Let's go ahead and play. It's cool if I play that Trump one first, Aquan, or just get straight to the apostle?
Oh, you can play, yeah.
Okay, I'll just play it. Is it like a couple seconds? Let's get into it. That's it. Shalom, Akim, Aqua, Shalom. Let's play.
It's fun.
Afternoon. We're still in the earliest days of one of the most important technological revolutions in the history of the world. America is the country that started the AI race. And as President of the United States, I'm here today to declare that America is going to win it. My administration will use every tool at our disposal to ensure that the United States can build and maintain the largest, most powerful, and most advanced AI infrastructure anywhere on the planet.
What this executive order will do is establish fast-track permitting and ensure that the federal government is working to get data centers approved and through the permitting pipeline as quickly as possible. What this next executive order will do is promote the export abroad of American AI models to ensure American AI dominance in the future. And lastly, sir, this executive order will ensure that when the federal government procures or promotes different AI models, that those AI models are ideologically neutral, that they don't embrace wokeism and critical race theory and all of these terrible theories that have done so much damage to our country.
As we gather this afternoon,
and the Secretary of Transportation to prioritize grants for states and municipalities that enforce prohibitions to open illicit drug use, urban camping and loitering, and urban squatting, and track the location of sex offenders. So notice they just threw a little bone in there to they get them sex, but it's all today, like there's a saying, today it's such and such, tomorrow it's you, or something along those lines. You saw something coming down the pipe, but you didn't bother to prepare because it wasn't something that was affecting you. But slowly but surely, what this devil is doing is closing in his icy grip on the world. This is why even that sellout, Alex Jones, even called this a prison planet, and he's correct on that. They're locking it down. It says the order redirects funding to ensure that individuals camping on streets and causing public disorder. See, they're making it seem like it's just homeless, but if you're causing a public disorder, they can grab you up. And that are suffering from serious mental illness. See, they're using a mental illness and addiction as a part of their, of the excuse to roll on people. Are moved into treatment centers. See, they're moved into treatment centers, assisted outpatient treatment, or other facilities. What do you think those other facilities are? But notice they don't tell you what these other facilities are. But that's how the devil does. And this is what we've been talking about for the longest, of how these devils have everything in place, and they plan on moving on people. And these devils do everything through their legislation. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 10 and 1. So let's go back to this fact sheet. So 1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. See, so these unrighteous decrees are things that, okay, we have a plan. Our plan is to do so and so X, Y, Z. These people are in the way. So what can we do to remove them? Okay, we'll do this. We'll round them up, but we'll say that they're migrants, or we'll round them up and we'll say that they're homeless, or we'll round them up and say that they're, have a mental illness or have some type of drug addiction, or we'll round them up and say that they're committing or causing public disturbance. So that's why they put all these decrees and all these orders and laws and bills and pass all this legislation to get everything into place. And they write grievousness which they have prescribed. Right? It says here to turn aside the needy from judgment, because at the end of the day, the major threat to the New World Order are the Israelites, but not just the Israelites, the ones that are, that have found out that they're Israelites and that are out here on the street corners teaching the word. And Trigger ensures discretionary grants for substance use disorder prevention. So these are like the pretenses that they're going to use. Treatment and recovery do not fund drug injection sites or illicit drug use.
Yeah,
right?
we let it go to 130.
Why? Because they had a plan eventually. That's why they, we just giving out free needles, so that people don't get infected with the needles and come up with diseases. No, you facilitated this. You brought the drugs in, got people hooked on it. Now they got to come to you. So your thing is, well, instead of not providing any, syringes, you're going to provide clean syringes. You see, because it was all a setup from the beginning. The order stops sex offenders who receive homelessness assistance from being housed with children and allows programs.
Hey, you just let me know when I get it.
All right. Yeah.
And children. So you see how women ain't sex offenders too, So this is like the gravy in there to make the people, this is the feel good. This is the dessert. Ensuring Americans feel safe in their own cities and towns is always about, safety and security. President Trump is asking a new approach focused on protecting public safety, because surrendering our cities and citizens to disorder and fear is neither compassionate to the homeless nor to other citizens. So they're just building it up. The number of individuals living on the streets in the United States on a single night during the last year of the Biden administration was 274,224. Was the highest ever recorded. And that's just what they recorded. It might have been a lot higher than that. The overwhelming majority of these individuals are addicted to drugs, have a mental health disorder, or both. Right. And that's not the case, because you do have some, they have mental disorder. There are people that are on drugs because they're looking for, to escape their reality. But you have people out there that are actually working and that are homeless. You have veterans out there that are actually homeless. They're homeless. They're not on drugs. Not all of them.
Oh. Yeah, we can sit it down.
So the majority of people are not addicted to drugs. You have a lot of them that are.
So Esau gonna use these laws, rules, and legislation to police the world, or prison planet. Hey, but with that, again, like the other said, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying.
That's right.
Want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashim El Shah, Bashim Chakodash, and with that, Shalom.
Shalom.